Good evening, my friends. Tyrannosaurus Moth here, and tonight we are taking a look at my first retro review, and that will be for the Mega Man animated series Snake Man figure. This one came out way back in '94. I didn't even think it was actually released. I saw a KB ad where there was a picture of this, and Snake Man is my favorite Robot Master, so I was psyched to see a figure of it, and then I never could find any information on it, and I never saw it in stores for literally about 20 plus years, because I found this about 3 or 4 years ago on eBay and just happened to get it at a fantastic price. So with enough of me rambling, let's get into the details of the figure. Let's do this. So let's start off talking about the aesthetics. This is an older figure. Like I said, this came out in '94. In terms of paint, there's a good amount on here, because we got paint on the front of his boots. We got it on the tops of the feet. We got some green paint going all the way to the back. So any designs that start on the front definitely continue over, which is kind of awesome. You can see some different shades of green here in the torso. His little blaster arm is fully painted, so the eye on the snake and the teeth are painted. We got the entire snake head in green with the metal parts of the mouth slash barrel in kind of darker gray. And we got his white upper torso with the huge shoulder pads, very reminiscent of how he looked in the animated series, if you ever saw that. I know it's available somewhere right now, so if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend at least a single viewing, especially if you're a Mega Man fan. I've always been terrible at the games, but I still love them, and Mega Man 3 was my favorite, so for obvious reasons. So further on the paint, and you can see the face. Eyes are yellow and red, and they've got that kind of snake-type slit for the pupil. All the teeth are painted, the nostrils, and the same dark gray as the body. You got the eyes. There's a lighter green strip here at the top, and then you even got some rivets right before the snake tail, which the snake tail is not painted, but those are, and that's about it. Or accessories, not much to talk about. Again, this was '94, so toys generally came with, maybe 1 or 2 things, and usually it was in conjunction with the action feature, as this one is, and all you get is the little snake projectile, which is also fully painted. I think I forgot to point this out in the aesthetics portion, but pointing it out right here. So same as with his arm cannon, eyes are painted, the rivets are painted, teeth are painted. Like, it's pretty well done, and it definitely congruent with the rest of the figure. Not only that, but it does actually shoot out. It is an action feature. As you can see, clicks in like that. There's this little trigger thing right here on the top of the cannon, and probably not going to get a lot of. Oh, there we go. From pretty good distance. So you can see it works pretty well even now. So whoever had this before me took a lot of good care of it, which makes me very, very happy. Because again, never thought I'd see this thing. And that does it for accessories. Snake Man has 6 points of articulation, and those points are going from the top to the bottom. We're going to start with the snake tail, which is just a simple hinge. Goes all the way around 360 degrees, which can give you some kind of jumping shots, though that's going to be an issue as you go further down. As we get to the shoulders, same thing, just 360 on both left and right. You also get a little bit of articulation. This is our 6th point of articulation. Here is the cannon coming around, which kind of helps for, if you're looking at it from the front or the side, you can have it facing so it doesn't look as awkward. And then finally, just the legs turn all the way around, and then coming back to neutral. And that's it. So, how does Snake Man size up against a few different other figures to kind of give you a scope? Let's check it out. Let's start off with some modern stuff, and we're going to look at a couple of Marvel Legends. So we have Daredevil and the newest rogue here, or one of the newest rogues. So as you can see, it's definitely shorter than 6 inches, probably in the 4.5 to 5 range. In fact, let's test the 4.5 statement by looking next to a 3.75 G.I. Joe figure. We have Crocmaster here. It's the 2003 re-release, I think? I'm not sure. It's red and Crocmaster. It's enough for me. Alright, and then let's go to some more vintage stuff, like keep going back, and we're going to look at it next to Primal Rage Diablo. Ooh, I was going to drop it everywhere. Super smooth. There we go. I'm going to give you a better idea. Let's put them right next to each other. So those are about the same height. Let's bring in another retro one from a very popular line. Let's look at Slash from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So again, you can see Snake Man's kind of, you know, in the middle of a lot of these, which is kind of cool. Gives a lot of options, certainly in your display if you're able to get one. Take those out. Finally, keeping with our vintage theme, let's put him next to another Snake Man. My favorite Snake Man that isn't Mega Man Snake Man. This is Ratlor from He-Man Masters of the Universe. And just because it'll be fun, with the extended head, you can see he's a lot shorter. And finally, last but not least, let's look at him next to me as an Articulated Icons ninja. And that's how Snake Man sizes up. So, final thoughts on Snake Man. It's an awesome figure. It is obviously very hard to find. Like I said, I didn't find it for 20 plus years. And also, as I'm sure a lot of you agree, I know Pixel Dan had touched on this before, but we just really don't see enough Robot Masters figures. And kind of the most we seem to have gotten was around 94 when the American animated Mega Man show was on, and they gave us a bunch of the Robot Masters that were on the show. So we need more in some capacity. I'm really hoping that some company, whether it's Bandai or some domestic company, kind of gets a hold of that license and is able to give us more stuff, because I'd love an updated version of this. Honestly, Super 7, if you ever hear or watch this, I kind of doubt it, but if you do, you know, Ultimates of the Robot Masters would be absolutely incredible. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed on that one. But beyond that, I mean, obviously it's an older figure. Articulation is what you would expect. Paint's really solid for what it is. And I mean, if you're a fan of Snake Man or Mega Man 3, all that stuff, then, you know, definitely hunt one down. This was a grail of mine, and it's worth it. So thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, do all that other fun stuff, and I will have more retro reviews coming. I want to do Ratlor at one point. I actually still need to get an accessory for him. I've got another Primal Rage figure I want to do that is not Diablo, though I will do Diablo. If you want me to review that one, please let me know in the comments. And beyond that, we'll see where it goes, and we'll see what other grails I acquire as time goes on. So, be good to yourself, be good to your friends, your family, and your fellow humans, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.